Go.
Hi there, everybody. Carton Roberts, except Craig is on vacation. And I got this guy back.
Bro.
The return of Joe Benigno.
How are you, bro?
I'm fantastic.
So I got to tell you, so I walk in. First of all, I just got here 10 minutes ago. I
Yes.
forgot how wonderful the commute was. You know, I took the train to the pad train.
Yes.
Okay, it's a good time to go because not a lot of people.
Sure.
But, you know, I just forgot, how much fun it was. And I got here about 10 of, which is giving me plenty of time. I mean, look, I mean, you're not giving me an extra 10 minutes for being here, Right. And then the first thing I do, I see the great Ed zoom in, and he hands me like a printout of what the hell we're talking about. And I'm like, really? Was this like when I was at SNY days? They'd hand me, they'd make me go to the meeting? I mean, what are we doing here? Do you think, seriously, Ed, do you think we're not going to talk about the Mets continuing to dominate? The Mets is 73-39. Roll that off your tongue a little bit.
73.
Do you think I'm not
39.
talking about it? By the way, the great Ed Zuman, the great Chris McMonagle did a great job for a couple days filling in. Did a great job watching a little bit.
He did fantastic.
Looked great on TV, better than me.
By the way, I have to admit, because you said this the other day when you were on with us, your hair has gotten whiter, grayer, however you want to define it.
I love every second of it.
It accentuates the tan.
Right?
You're right.
No question.
100%.
Bro, you think I don't know that?
Yes.
What, are you kidding me? I actually, the lovely young lady that cuts my hair, Sabrina, okay? Mm-hmm. I got my hair cut last week, and I went in there, and I was talking about it. Look, you know what? Maybe I want to make it a little whiter. You know what I mean?
Right.
So she was telling me what you do, you get this some kind of blue shampoo, okay? And once a week you wash your hair with this blue shampoo. The only problem is, sometimes you see like older women with white hair and there's blue streaks in their hair.
Right.
And I think that's the reason why. And I don't want blue streaks.
Well, you can look like Francisco Lindor. You don't want to do that? You love him now, by the way.
Oh, my God. I'm ready to get the jersey. 81 RBIs? What are you kidding me? 20 home runs? How good has he been defensively?
He
on top
has had a tremendous season, and he's been clutch.
Great.
It seems like Francisco Lindor has come up big routinely, and I can't believe it. You said pinch ourselves. I can't believe this team is 73-39.
God.
And I said this last night on Twitter, and I really believe it from my lifetime. Because I don't remember 86. I don't remember 88. This right now is the greatest Met team I've ever seen.
This is the best team since 86. I mean, to me, and I don't know how the year's going to play out. And obviously, you got to go through all these crazy rounds of playoffs now. Win the division, you're still going to have to play three rounds to win.
Right. You go to the divisional series
right.
at least. Yes.
Right. Well, you don't want to get involved in that 2 out of 3 crapshoot garbage. Who wants to be playing the San Diego Padres or the Cardinals in some 2 out of 3, death march? So, winning division. Clearly, this is the best team since 86. They are unbelievable. I mean, they come off that great series against the Braves. They beat them 4 out of 5. We're all giddy, And, so, we'll see. Is it going to be a little letdown against the crummy Reds? No letdown. They just smoke them 3 games. This team has won 15 out of the last 17 games. They've won 6 in a row.
And I don't know if you felt this way, but you and my dad sometimes can be on the same page.
Right.
After they lost the first 2 games out of the break to the San Diego Padres, the lead was down to a half a game.
Yes.
And he texted me that night, enjoy our last day in first place.
Yep.
Enjoy it, because it's over. And since that moment,
Yep.
they win the last game against San Diego. They sweep the Yankees. They sweep the Marlins.
Yep.
They win 2 out of 3 against Washington. The exclamation point against Atlanta. And like you said, no letdown whatsoever against the Reds by dominating them. They led in 25 out of 27 innings.
It's unbelievable. 15-2 since they lost those 2 games to San Diego. They've won 15 out of 17. And how about, everybody was crying for them, they got to make a splashy move at the trade deadline. Oh, you got to get Juan. Look, we all would have loved Juan Soto, and of course he winds up in San Diego. But whatever. But these guys they brought in, I mean, what an upgrade at the DH position. They were getting nothing out of J.D. Davis, nothing out of Dom Smith. Vogelback has been tremendous. Ruff has been tremendous. They trade for Tyler Naquin. How good is he?
That's the underrated move, man.
Can't get this guy out.
Yeah, he's been
It's
great.
another home run yesterday. I mean, it's unbelievable, bro.
Yeah, the only knock I had at the trade deadline were not those moves. I like those moves. They were platoon moves, but they're leaning into that's
you
the kind
wanted
of team
David
they
Robertson.
are.
That's the one.
Yeah,
right?
I wanted a big arm out of the bullpen because as good as this team is, and
that's
they're
the
very, very
Achilles
good.
heel is the bullpen.
Yes,
not named Edwin Diaz.
Right, which is
like,
can you believe
to
that?
me, he's I don't want to say he's the MVP of the team. Maybe he could be because I still think it's Alonso. But, I mean, you could make a case for Edwin Diaz winning the Cy Young Award.
Yeah, he's up there.
I mean, you got to think about it.
He's up there. I don't think he wins it only because
Alcantara will win it.
He's at a. And by the way, if the guy made all his starts, Max Scherzer would be up there.
He would.
Max Scherzer's got a sub-2 ERA.
I know.
It's incredible. The turnaround of Edwin Diaz.
Unbelievable.
I was trying to think, in New York sports, have we seen a guy who is horrible in his first year, better in his second year, but you still didn't trust him?
No.
Better in his third year, but you still didn't trust him, and then turns into this? I mean, he is one of the most dominant relievers as Met fans we've ever seen.
Well, I mean, how could you not say that? I mean, right now, I don't think I've ever seen anybody better, and I've seen them all. I saw Tug McGraw, obviously. I saw Roscoe, Roger McDowell. You know, you and I have seen all the, the Benitez's, and we love you, Johnny Franco, and all those different guys, Braden Lupa, Frankie Rodriguez. I mean, we could go on and on with all the closers we've seen, right?
No doubt.
This guy's unbelievable.
Well,
you can't touch this guy.
Would also, and I'm not saying this is going to work out this way, because obviously it's all going to be defined by the playoffs. Because Armando Benitez was a great closer.
He was good.
Until October.
Edwin
Diaz has given us signs that in the big regular season moment, he's up for the challenge.
No doubt.
Think about what he did against the Atlanta Braves when Buck Showalter, rightfully so, talk about an acquisition, Buck Showalter, manager of the year, right out of the gate says, go get me 6 outs.
Yeah.
And Edwin Diaz responds. The way he's pitched against the Yankees, even the way he pitched in that combined no-hitter, which felt like a big moment. He's responded in the big regular season moment, which at least is a warning sign, a good sign, that come October, he's not going to wilt the way that stiff Benitez used to.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the best moments to me of the season so far, okay? And there's been so many. I mean, the comeback in St. Louis, the comeback against the Phillies, like you mentioned, the no-hitter, the 25 guys combined no-hitter and all of that. The best moment to me so far was the first game of the Brave series when Buck, and by the way, if Buck is like the runaway winner of Manager of the Year, to me, I don't even know who would be second.
The only one who's second, I want to give this guy a pop because it is amazing, is when the Phillies fired Girardi.
Yeah, it's true.
Rob Thompson took over. Right. Their record since he took over, 40-18.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
They're not going to win the NL East, barring something crazy happening, knock on wood. So he deserves consideration.
He does.
But it's Buck.
Yeah, oh, God. But when he went to Diaz for that 6-out save against the Braves, oh my God.
That was tremendous.
I mean, that was, to me, that was the best moment of the year. When they won that, because to me, that game, they had to win that game.
Yep.
They had a big lead. You can't blow this game. This is a must-win game. You get that first game, and at that point, you assure yourself that if, even if the Braves won the next 4, the Mets are still leaving in first place.
Right.
So that was a huge game,
I agree.
And Buck played it that way. Unbelievable. A couple other things. To me, the Mets should right now, get the contract out for Pete Alonso.
They should.
Let's stop
Braves
the nonsense.
have done it with every guy on their team.
Right. Austin Riley, I know they did it with him. It's time. This guy is going to be, and he's close to it already, the greatest everyday player we've ever had.
Yes.
Better than Darryl, better than David Wright, dare I say better than Piazza. This guy is unbelievable.
And he's getting better.
Yep. He's hitting for average. He's got 96 RBIs. He leads the league. I mean, it's unbelievable. They should sign the guy now to a long-term deal. There's no doubt. And the other guy they got to get signed is Nimmo, because to me, Nimmo is as important as anybody on this team.
No doubt.
He is a tremendous
player. You're
player.
leaving somebody out.
Got to sign him.
You're leaving somebody out.
Well, you know how I feel about him. And I don't. We're talking about Jake, of course.
They got to lock him up.
I don't think Jake wants to come back.
Why do you get that impression?
Because I just don't see it.
But based on what, though?
I don't like. You know how I feel about Jake. Okay,
I don't know why you don't. I don't know why you would be down on Jake.
I just think. I think he's a me guy. I do. I don't think he was, but I think he's become that.
But what does that mean, though? That he cares more about his ERA than winning?
Well, I don't know about that, but he definitely cares dearly about his ERA.
Well,
I don't think there's any doubt about it.
I think Jacob deGrom, much like Max Scherzer, cares about going to the Hall of Fame. No doubt about that.
Max Scherzer's there already.
No, absolutely. But here's the thing about Jake that I think you forget, maybe some other Met fans forget. He's our effing guy.
I get that.
Like, Jacob deGrom, and I'm not going to sit here and compare him.
Can you trust he's going to stay healthy? Can I trust he's going to stay healthy for the rest of the year? I don't even know that.
Based on the last year, I can't trust he's going to stay healthy, but I cannot have that man pitch for any other baseball team. He is a Met, and let's not forget this.
What will you say about him? Because he's already said he wants to opt out. What would you say about him if he leaves?
He should opt out.
But what if he don't want to be here?
Well, hold on.
I get the bad feeling from him that he don't want to be here.
He wants to opt out because, and I totally get this, he looks at Max Scherzer and says, I'm better. And guess what? When he pitches, he is better.
Well,
when Jacob deGrom pitches, he's the best pitcher in baseball. When Jacob deGrom pitches, he's an all-timer. You know that. He had a 110 ERA last year.
But I just, look, the problem with Jake, okay, there's a couple problems. Number one, the injury situation.
I agree. That's a concern.
I can't trust that he's going to stay healthy the rest of his career.
Okay.
I can't, and give him big money for that, number one. Number two, there's been, and I know it's not his fault, but there's been too many games where the guy's pitched 6 innings, leaves the game, you don't give up anything, maybe you run. The team doesn't hit for him, and the bullpen blows the game.
So
and I'll tell you, the game the other day when he almost pitched a perfect, well, you knew he wasn't pitching a perfect. There's no way. There was no way he was getting past the 6th inning.
No.
Okay?
Yes.
But when he left the game, he gives up that 2-run home run to Dansby Swanson. Okay? Right. When he leaves the game, I'm flipping out. Okay, well, we got to get through a couple innings here to get to Diaz, and somehow, some way, Joely Rodriguez had his best moment of the year.
That was stunning.
I mean, he did.
He is okay. So last year, with all the injuries, there were a lot of weird games where he came out early because of injuries.
Right.
This year, first 2 starts, they're being very cautious with him. Before that, Jacob deGrom wasn't taking himself out after 6 innings. He wasn't. He went 7 or 8 innings, and the reason that the Mets would lose is because they sucked.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's why they lost.
Well,
not because of him.
Well, I like to see him start throwing. How soon till he throws 100?
So here's the thing.
He's pitching against the Phillies.
Yes.
He's got all the big games now.
Yeah.
Phillies, Braves, Yankees.
Yes.
Right?
Assuming he stays healthy.
Well,
here's the thing the Mets have to fight through. They got to keep him healthy. Because that's my biggest concern.
Right.
I'm not going to argue with you because I agree with you about, hey, I can't trust that he's going to stay healthy.
Right.
And so in order to keep him healthy, they got to be smart. And that's why, there are going to be games where maybe you're taking him out an inning earlier than maybe normally we would want him to because you got to keep him ready for October. Because in case anybody forgot, Jacob deGrom was the freaking reason they beat the Dodgers in that first round of 2015.
He was.
He was the reason.
There's no doubt about it.
He showed balls in Game 5. Mm-hmm. He dominated in Game 1. He was great in the NLCS. Like, they need him in October.
Well, look, I'm not denying that. I mean...
here's the thing. I bet when we talk about the Yankees and we'll express their concerns about them, I guarantee you and I are going to say the same thing. Hey, they're going to win the division anyway. It's all piped down, right?
Yes. Yankees are easily winning the division.
All right.
Even though they're not playing very good baseball, and I'll say it right now, and you can take the Yankees off, the Yankee fans off all you want. The Mets are better right now.
Oh, right now
the Mets are a better team than the Yankees.
The
only teams better than the Mets right now in baseball are the Houston Astros, who scared the hell out of me.
Sure.
Who beat the Mets up in the 4 games they played them.
Right.
I know the Mets were without a lot of guys when they played them.
Right.
But they really did beat them up.
No, they were,
All right?
No doubt.
And the Dodgers, but I don't even know that about the Dodgers.
Yeah, the Dodgers.
I don't know. I certainly give the Mets a real shot to beat the Dodgers in a 7-game series.
I think there's a chance the Mets would be favored against the Dodgers. And here's the reason why. Look at the pitching matchups.
No doubt.
Right off the top.
Bro.
But here's my point about this. The Yankees are going to win the AL East despite their struggles.
Yes.
If the Mets increase their NL East lead to, let's say, 9, 10, 11, 12 games, you got to handle Scherzer, deGrom, and everybody with an eye towards October.
I'm
not
with
an eye towards, hey, I got to have him throw 110 pitches.
Right.
But, dude, he's so freaking good.
He's great. Look, go help my team win a World Series.
And then keep him.
And then let the chips fall where they may.
Well, here's where the chips fall.
That's it.
Joe, here's where the chips fall. You pay him.
All right.
Is that not easy?
We disagree on that.
You wouldn't pay him?
No.
Why?
I would not, because I can't trust him. I don't know. I don't know if the guy's going to pitch. Who knows? He didn't pitch for a year. I don't know what he's going to give me. I'll tell you what I want. You know what I want to do already. You know what I want to do.
Go ahead.
I want Aaron Judge. Let's go. Stevie Cohen. Let's do it. I was thinking about this. Do I want to mess around with Pete Alonso? Well, okay. You know what? Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball. If he doesn't win the MVP, there should be an investigation. All right? We don't want to get into all of that. By far the best player in baseball. Stevie, sell a couple paintings. I said this at the
podcast.
The podcast. And thanks again for coming. That was a lot of fun. Sell your Van Gogh, sell your Rembrandt, sell your Da Vinci, whatever you got, whatever it is, Salvatore Dali, whatever the painting is you got to sell. All right, Steve? And let's ante up the $500 million or whatever it's going to be to get Aaron Judge.
But everything you just said is why I wouldn't be afraid to pay Jake, because this ain't the Wilpons anymore.
No, thank God.
So if they have to
this
pay...
was the Wilpons, please.
I mean, Scherzer wouldn't be here.
Well, you know what, too? Zach Wheeler would still be here.
That's true.
One of the 3 worst free agent moves, non-free agent signings in the history of the Mets. Darryl, Daniel Murphy, Zach Wheeler.
Oh, yeah. No, you're not wrong about that.
I think those are the three guys.
I think if they keep Zach Wheeler, there's a chance Max Scherzer isn't here.
Well, maybe.
But who knows?
But
the beauty of having a billionaire
and a guy pitches
owner,
7 innings all the time.
No, he's an innings eater, man.
He's
no
unbelievable.
doubt. And he's been staying healthy.
No doubt.
The beauty of Steve Cohen isn't necessarily, to me, buying all these stars. It's keeping all my guys.
Yeah.
And I think when you've got that kind of money, if you want to give Jacob deGrom a 2-year, $100 million deal, I'm not even joking, $50 million a year.
Well,
because when he's healthy, he deserves that.
Well, you hit the number, though. See, if you're telling me it's a 2-year deal, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm not giving him any long-term contract.
It's tough to give him a long-term contract.
You can't give him 5 years.
But I'd rather go crazy giving him years and money than let him go to the Braves.
All right. Okay.
Than let him go to the Phillies. Then let him go anywhere.
I'm still not 100% sold that he wants to be here. This is me. I might be totally wrong. But I'm not 100% sold.
Then you make him want to be here.
All right.
Because Max Scherzer didn't want to be here. And guess what changed?
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah, well.
And then he loves it here.
Well, he loves it here because his team's 34 games over 500.
Right.
And they were even killing it when he wasn't here.
I know.
And let's give credit to the rest of the guys in the rotation. Bassett.
Yep.
Cookie Carrasco. I mean, come on. I mean, this guy, when you talk about a turnaround.
Oh, yeah.
That trade looks a little better. I know that Rosario and Jimenez have been great for
It doesn't matter.
The Guardians.
Who's that?
I don't know. Some team that plays in Cleveland. I think they're an expansion team. But anyway, don't get me started. I don't know what I hate more, the Guardians or the Commanders, but that's for another day.
In my opinion, the Guardians.
Yeah, I guess so.
Not even close.
I would have left Washington just the WFT. I like that better than the Commanders.
Yeah, it was starting to grow on me after a while.
That's better than the Commanders. What a joke. But anyway, be that as it may. Yeah, I know those guys have played great for Cleveland. I get it. But that trade now is really, when you're talking about Lindor and Carrasco, oh my God.
And it's because of what they did this year. Because last year.
No, last year was bad. last year was bad.
That's why sometimes we have to be patient with trades because it takes a couple of years before you see it.
Well, I think Buck's been a big factor with Lindor.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. And how, by the way, Buck is, of all the moves they made, whether you want to give me Scherzer or Marte, the guys they picked up at the deadline, Mark Cann has been terrific, obviously. The biggest move has been Buck.
No question. And I think a lot of what Buck's done that's been great, we can't measure. And that's the locker room stuff.
Right.
Like you touched on it with Lindor.
Yeah.
I think the conversations he has with players, the experience that he has been a big help. And also because this team is a platoon team, and they are at a lot of positions.
They are.
They're going to rely on managing more than most teams in the postseason. They are.
Right.
And at least now we have a manager that you can trust to make those moves. He's the best manager they've had, not even close since Bobby Valentine.
I might even go back to Gil.
You want to go above Bobby?
I might.
That's fine.
I might go back to Gil. Now, I love Davey. I don't know how great a manager Davey was. He had a loaded team. There's no doubt about it. But still, he doesn't get the credit he deserves. The guy, you look at his record. But, I may have to go back to Hodges. That's how good Buck has been.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's had an incredible
They got to win the World
year.
Series.
Well, that's the thing.
Do that.
This whole discussion about, hey, this is the greatest Met team since '86, which you agree with, which I feel they got to win.
Yep.
And sometimes getting to October, that part is locked down, but then it's you got to win in October. A best-of-5 series against the, Atlanta Braves or the San Diego Padres or even these Philadelphia Phillies.
Right.
You never freaking know.
Never know.
And that's the scary thing.
Yep.
But as of right now, we've got 50 games left in this season. This team is on pace to win 105 games.
Right.
They've done it without Max Scherzer for 2 months, without Jacob deGrom basically the entire season.
Yep.
It's incredible what they've accomplished. I pinch myself every morning watching this freaking
it's
team.
unbelievable. Look, there's only been 3 teams in history of the franchise that have won 100 games. And the last one was the 88 team, which, ended in epic failure, as we all know, unfortunately. But, that's been a long – and think about this, too, all right? They've been around since 1962, and I know you know this. They've been around since 1962. They finished first 6 times.
Incredible, man. 6
times. They've won the division 6 freaking times in 60 years.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's why I try to explain to, Big Mac over there, who's a Yankee fan, why winning the division is a big freaking deal.
Monumental.
Me and other Met fans, we don't do it very often.
Monumental.
When the hell do we win divisions?
Besides avoiding that, 2 out of 3 garbage, it's win the division. They just don't do it. They just don't.
Dude, in my lifetime, and really my lifetime of understanding the Mets started in about 1990, 1991. Great moment to start really getting the Mets.
Right.
They have won 2 division championships.
Yeah, no, I know.
2006, 2015. That's it.
Yeah.
It's pathetic when you think about it, but it makes you appreciate what we're watching.
By the way, between the Mets and the Jets, it's 10.
I know.
The Jets have won 4. Okay? Because you got to include the 2 they won in the AFL.
Yeah, of course.
And they've only, of course, won 2 since then.
Right.
But But the Mets, like you said, bro, every day I'm watching this game yesterday. It was never a doubt.
Never a doubt.
I mean, the game's over in the fourth inning. I mean, you love every second of it.
Never a doubt.
Unbelievable.
We'll get to the Jets coming up. The Giants are going to play their first preseason game tonight, and the struggles with the New York Yankees as they've played bad baseball now for an extended period of time. We'll get your calls, 877.
By the way, am I following the thing here?
Yeah, you're doing great.
Ed, thank you so much, Ed. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know we were going to talk about it. Well done.
He thought we were going to talk about Jacob Trouba being named Rangers captain.
There you go.
I don't know
why it wasn't Chris Kreider, but that's me.